I just waved to Karen here.
You'll get.
Did she do this one?
Oh, yes, I got it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our regular meeting of July 13, 2021. I'd like to call the meeting to order, and I want to welcome our public that's on YouTube. I want to welcome everyone out there that's watching our meeting. Now, we are having some difficulty because of the storm, so we are losing power occasionally, so I'll apologize. If we lose power, I pass my apologies on, and if we can't get you back on, you're welcome to get a copy of our minutes later. And again, I'm sorry, but it's because of the storm. Does any member of council have any pecuniary or financial interest to declare? Ted and Debbie. Okay, so could you do that, please, at the time of when we talk about that? Council, you've had a minute to see our special meeting June the 3rd, June 22nd, open and closed. Our public and special meeting August the 24th. Could I have a motion to adopt those minutes? Are there any errors or omissions? Okay, seeing none, I'd entertain a motion, please.
Moved by Debbie Kwinsky, seconded by Carl Keel. Motion to approve minutes of special meeting held on June 3rd and June 13th, open and closed session.
All those in favor? Carried.
Two there.
So, Madam Mayor,
Yes,
did the motion say the 13th or the 22nd?
I don't recall. You better make sure it's right.
Yeah. Is it-
Yeah, I thought I heard you say the 13th for the second one.
Well, it should have been the 22nd, you're right.
Okay.
Okay, so
I
who
can
made the
redo- I
motion?
can-
Can you
I can-
just initial it?
Yeah. No, sorry, I didn't, when I looked at the thing here.
Thank you for the catch. Sharon.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you. Okay, we're gonna go on to our reports. Our fire chief. Bob?
All right. This report for council is based on the activity we've undertaken since the June 22nd meeting. On June 23rd, this is from the fire side, we had a fire hall progress meeting of our new fire hall that we are building and we'll get into shortly. On June 23rd, we had an all fire chiefs Zoom meeting with the fire marshals. There was a few hundred people online for that. Intimate discussion. June 24th, we had an extrication meeting in Pembroke. Now that one of the other townships have taken on extrication, we have to be careful where our boundaries are and who's responding to what.
And is that Madawaska or Brudnell Lindau?
Trying to think, is that,
Not? Okay,
yeah, I thought it was, yeah, I thought it was not.
okay, thank you.
June 25th, we did a brush burn at the waste facility. This is the second one. As you can see, we're starting to get this down to a bit of an art by the picture that's in your report. June 27th, we had at Mountain View Road, we had a flooded basement and crackling noises. It's not something we would normally respond to, but they called me up and it was a crackling noises that may have been of some concern, but it ended up being more of a paramedic response required for that. We brought the paramedics in. June 29th, as you can see the picture below, it's ladder and ventilation training. We did this at McClement's property across from his house area there. June 30th, we had PPE and SCBA training. On July 1st, in case somebody was sleeping through it or whatnot or trying to, we had the fireworks displays. We did do the barge this year, and there's a couple of pictures of the barge there getting ready to go out before it got too dark. On July 5th, we had wildland training for new firefighters. July 6th, we had an officers meeting actually at the new hall try it out. Basically, on that, we had a presentation by one of the equipment suppliers that were considering for SCBA purchases. And that was a good, long meeting. So we actually, for the agenda material that we wanted to look at, we had another officers meeting on July 8th up at Crown Lake Fire Hall. COVID-19 specifics. The ministry and municipality bi-weekly meetings, they had gone from 1 to 2. And then at the last meeting, we're waiting for everything to start up. We get this nice little bulletin here that says, unfortunately, due to staffing constraints and the availability of this information through other channels, the COVID-19 ministry and municipal call will be canceled until further notice. So that was catching us cold for that particular night. There was something was sent out after that to CAOs and fire chiefs. Renfrew County and District, the updated July 12th, this is the confirmed cases for Renfrew County to date at 747, resolved cases at 735, with deaths running at 9. Ontario as of July 12th, confirmed cases at 547,263, resolved cases at 536,402, with deaths at 9,251. Hospitalizations, the numbers are referred on the right side of what we had at the last meeting here, with 142 versus 155. COVID cases in ICU now are 204 versus 228. And in ICU on ventilator, 123, which was 127. Nationally, as of July 10th, confirmed cases at 1.42 million, resolved cases at 1.39 million, and deaths at 26,437. Internationally, and that date should be July the 12th. Confirmed cases at 187,882,143. Resolved cases 171,769,136. Deaths, they've now jumped over to 4 million mark at 4,052,664. The COVID-19 vaccination tracker, as you can see here, right now in Canada, they've got more than 42,702,842 doses out there. Ontario, if you go to the next page, you'll see that Ontario's got 17,119,624.
Can I ask a question? Is that the second dose, or is that just first dose? Or that's both? Total?
This isn't split up.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but if you're looking at numbers of percentage of doses, for Canada, they're saying 84.6%, and Ontario at 86% of the population. Assuming we were looking at those numbers, that would be just considering number of people with at least one vaccination. Now you've got the Renfrew County District Health Unit summaries, but they're a little off on the date. They don't match the latest input. But if you go to the last page, you will see on here that Township of Bone Shore Valley has 1 to 4 active cases, and they've had a total of 15. Town of Deep River, 1 to 4, they've had a total of 25. Greater Madawaska, 1 to 4, up to 34. And way down the list, you have the town of Renfrew with 1 to 4, with 46 to date. What's interesting, there's 4 townships or entities identified, and there's 4 people, which means in my math is 1 in each of those areas. And if you look at Haggerty and Richards, we don't have any right now, but we've had up to 5. We had 5 count somewhere. That's what I have.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's start back with his report. Number 1, A, any comments, questions? B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, the fireworks, Debbie, thank you very much for hooking me up.
You got that? Okay, good.
I kept going on to the site where it says the show will be, and I'm looking, it's 15 after, surely to God, we're going. So anyways, Chris has explained that he was having some technical, but I was able to get through because he sent me the link.
Good.
So thank you. And,
Brian?
Oh, sorry, oh, Brian.
Just a comment for Bob, I had quite a few people tell me that they really enjoyed the fireworks, they thought they were great, some of the best ever, so I said I'll pass it on to you guys.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think though it's, sorry.
I got a good number of phone calls there too, some of them literally said it was the nicest show of fireworks that they were ever at.
And there lies the problem.
Yeah, they want it back in
So-
Round Lake.
Now, everybody's gonna want it at both places.
Yeah.
I got about 10, good comments from Killaloo, but they're used to having it here. But the comments that I got, many was from Round Lake and, the Round the Lake and all of them. And, at the end, I wanna congratulate staff and I wanna thank council for your insight to go ahead and do that, but we're hoping it will continue. So council will be faced with that decision next year.
I actually got one phone call there, and they said because now that they see that they can do it off of that barge,
$4,000 for
they
that party.
felt it would be nice if they could get out on that shoal by the end of the big island there and fire from there. I don't know how easy that would be to anchor that there.
But
Well, they're generally not anchored, they're maintaining that area with a little motor on the back.
Oh, okay.
that barge was free to us because they had, the company had made an error. So they offered the barge free to the township, but it's $4,000. So, the reason we had it is because it was free and, but it sure did a good job. So council will be faced with those decisions next year, whether we want to get the barge, whether we want to do 2 displays and, some of the ideas could, 1 year we could do it in Killaloo and 1 year in Round Lake, see if that would satisfy people, if council doesn't want to, put that much money into the fireworks. But let's deal with that next year. We got lots on the go here and we can talk about it. So congratulations to the fire department, well done. Chris, your organization, well done.
Thank you.
Everybody's telling you. Okay, anything on the COVID? Looking good, starting to look good. All right, thank you, Bob, for your report. Oh, any
I think there's
questions?
just a couple things. One,
Okay.
the old Beckett pump looks really good there.
Yeah, it does.
And, that fire you had out at the airport, do you have to send somebody from scene to get the tanker?
Did somebody what?
Do you have to send somebody from scene to get the tanker that day?
Did you have to get somebody from scene?
Someone have to go back from the fire to pick up the tanker truck.
Yeah, we had to have someone go back. What you're getting at now, no, Kenny wasn't there that day. We couldn't reach him on the radio. Everyone else responded out.
One time in a million and we
Yeah.
have to have that rough.
I've been a structure fire. That's
Coulda, woulda, maybe, shoulda,
that's the
but
point I'm making.
good point.
I just wanted to know, thanks.
Not only that, we had a truck malfunction on scene as well. Our pumper.
Yeah, there's a couple of incidents all around
Pumper
that.
that we'd hooked up for, the porta tanks, all of a sudden, we didn't know what was wrong with it. It was just flowing out of the bottom of the truck. The repair was fairly small, but in the interim, we had to take one of the other trucks, one of the pumpers, to actually feed into the pumper tanker that was set up with the porta tank to be able to push the water out. So now we've got 2 trucks that are basically not doing an awful lot. And we were able to get ahead of it, but
Was that because the truck was in Milno, the other truck broke down?
No.
we could always look at it like that if you're so inclined.
I was trying not to be sarcastic, but it did sound a little sarcastic. I apologize.
What was wrong with that truck?
It was actually a water plug at the bottom that had rusted out,
Oh, yeah.
and then it was putting under pressure, it blew out totally. And we couldn't get enough pride from
Couldn't get any assumptions.
the intake, yeah. But took it to McClements and they had fixed it, it was like 2 hours work, it was done. It wasn't a major thing, but it is when it failed on scene.
And it could have been worse if it was a structural fire, yes?
How long did it take you to go to the scene, send someone back to pick up the
I'm sure he was trying
tanker
to.
truck and get back to the scene of the fire?
Too long when we needed water.
Kenny Schulis wasn't
Does that,
available.
yeah, but Kenny isn't available 365 days a year, Madam Mayor.
Yeah, and the truck doesn't break. There's a lot of circumstances, a lot of things can
Oh,
happen.
that truck breaking has nothing to do.
The truck
Brian,
breaking has nothing to do with the
Brian,
tanker truck.
Brian,
So even with all those issues, Bob, I think you did a pretty good job. Because
yeah,
less than an acre burnt there, and that,
Yes.
1.4448 acres.
that was a very good job.
that was a good job.
That's getting technical.
Way over my head. Okay. Anything else for Bob? Okay, thank you,
Maybe
Bob.
while Bob is here, thank God we got all kinds of rain now, and nobody's worried at the present. But when we had the fire ban on, it was just phone call after phone call after phone call. We are into a situation here that if it gets too dry, we have to get Bob to call for the fire ban. So we have a total fire ban, and then we get a nice amount of rain, maybe not enough to totally take that fire ban off, but maybe we should go into that stage
Level,
one there.
Level one.
levels, yeah.
And it's mainly the people, the private caps, I'd say there.
Madam Mayor?
Oh, who is it? I can't see. Who's it? I don't know who that is.
They are,
Just let's wait, Stanley, in case somebody has to escort him out.
Forgot to lock the door.
Yeah, we should look.
People were
Well, we
coming in
can
right.
get him out.
We were coming in right, we were coming in right
Or
to
they should get, I
the.
just called Street. On 81.
What is- Oh, man. Oh,
What's
God, we
going
don't
on?
need that. You know,
Just the water?
Yeah.
See the guy?
that's, yeah, I guess so, I don't know. I don't know what they look like.
That's not.
Who's that?
Is that,
He lives in. That's his house.
oh, beside him.
I think it's.
He's quoting Charter of Rights straight down.
I'm sure Chris, just keep an eye, Bob, if we need to call the OPP. We'll just kind of keep an eye.
We're on mute.
Yeah, we better. Okay, I apologize, Bob, you were finishing up.
We were with Stanley, who's.
Oh, yeah, Stanley was
We should have a
talking,
level one
I'm
for-
sorry, yeah.
For campfires.
Yes, okay. But we have to, our policy is clear, that isn't what we do. So we would have to adjust our policy to say we'd have stages, if that's council's wishes, and then Bob could follow that. But presently, he doesn't have that authority.
We discussed at the last meeting that the bylaw committee was going to.
That's right.
look at that
Actually,
for
the
the
fire
next year.
committee.
Fire
Yeah.
committee, so.
So your committee should look at that, Stanley.
Okay,
Maybe you can call a fire meeting and we can get together and talk about those and any other issues that are surfacing. Okay, Stan?
all right, I think it's Ryan and Carolyn.
Who's on that fire committee?
Brian and Carl.
Okay, there you go. Do you want to do that now?
Sure. That whole thing, I think. You can stick- stick it up for it.
I'm putting my,
These things aren't sticky anymore.
where did I put that in there?
The week of the 18th here in July, where with the suit, either you and the voting is made.
Okay, can you meet, who is on? Brian, you can meet during the day. I know you're haying and all that, but could you have it during the
If it's
day?
raining, that'd be all right.
Today would have been perfect. Okay, what about the 21st? Wednesday,
I don't know.
10 o'clock? 10 o'clock, Stanley, are you okay with that? Okay, Brian, Carl?
Yep.
Okay, let's do that. And then Bob, that would be you too,
Okay, 21st, what time?
10 o'clock here. Okay. Anything else, Stanley?
No, that's it.
Okay. Anything else for Bob, council? Bob, anything else for council?
No, I'm good.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice evening, okay? Okay, so Dean, how are you tonight?
Good, thanks.
Good?
Okay, so since the last meeting there on Sunday, June 27th, we had quite a few washouts with that heavy rain. I believe a beaver dam that busted there on Mountain View Road between High Country and O'Grady, and another one on the O'Grady settlement. Both roads were impassable. So we had to buy all staff were out to repair the roads. We probably had like 20 loads of fill plus MDA gravel on top of that, just to get it passable, because you couldn't move through it. Even with the last few weeks of rain, we were still repairing some shoulders on the roads as well. We have our sidewalk plowed back from the shop and continuing cutting the grass along the roadways, and we're doing the same with the tractor. Coal patching as well as we're doing, and grass around town and stuff for the summer students. Our backhoe is still in Ottawa, it's getting repaired, the forward clutch went in it. So we had no gears in it, so the technician advised that it did well with the hours that we had on it, so which is kind of good, I guess. Waste management, we're gonna have our staff at the landfill and some of the summer students there to receive training on recycling from Ottawa Valley Waste Recovery Center. A couple loads, there was one in March, I do believe, and then there's another one in June or May, I guess, that was contaminated. So we're just gonna get a refresher course kind of thing on that. They're gonna come down from Ottawa Valley and give it to us on site. Just to show how important it is to separate recyclables, and it's not just for the staff, but then they'll be able to assist the public for important on as well, just, because it is important that we, recycle properly and don't contaminate the roads. The only other thing is the surplus of equipment, I guess, to be opened.
Oh, yes. Whenever you're ready, I'll do it.
Whenever you're ready.
So council, the surplus equipment we have is very valuable. We have 10 quotes.
And it's for 3 different items, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one is for item number 1. Bid for item number 1, a 2009 Chev and Fisher plow, $4,000. And it's from John Epps, EPPS. John Epps from Eganville, $4,000. The second bid is also just for item number 1. I wish to submit a bid on item number 1, the 2009 Chev 4x4 half ton with the 7-foot 6-inch Fisher blade. My bid is $2,900, and it's Gerard Trader. Some of them just have the number on there, so. Okay.
What number is it?
I don't know, they have no
Oh.
numbers, so
Oh.
I'm gonna find out when I open it up. Item number 3. Item number 3. We've got 6 of them for number 3. Okay, item number 1, 2009 Chev half ton from Larry Birch, Eganville, a bid of $2,500. Ooh, 2,000, that's item 3. Item number 1. 4x4 and blade, my bid is $1,555, Richard LeBaire. Now all the others seem to be marked, but let's make sure before we accept the bid that I have all of them. Okay, let's go to number 2. A Fisher blade with attachments. I wish to submit a bid on item number 2, the 2010 Fisher blade with attachments. My bid is $2,205. Gerard Trader. Number 2. I like that. Item number 2, Fisher blade, $754 from Jim Croget. Big difference. 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, and 3. There's 8 or 9 for 3. Item number 2, a 2010 Fisher blade, the bid of $2,200, Larry Birch. It's $2,200, and the first one from Gerard is $2,205.
Yeah.
Ooh. I'll lose by 5 bucks.
Do you need more,
No, I
I have a pile of them here.
yeah, I'll get some if I need. Okay, number 2. Good, they're interested. We could build a new, road yard. 7.6 Fisher snowplow and attachments. $1,700, William Hartwick. Last one for number 2. Item number 2, the blade, my bid is $655, Richard Levaire. Have you got us back on, boys?
Yep.
Yep. Good. I got crap. Okay, that's all of number 2. So we'll go to all the 3s. Item number 3, the Massey Sycamore, a bid, this is Larry Birch, a bid of $250. I'm bidding for item number 3, the Massey Ferguson sickle, that my bid is $500, Joe Schulis. Item number 3. Massey Moore, $261, Jim Croget. Item number 3, the Massey Ferguson, Willie Jeffrey, $600. Debbie, give me some more of those. Use them all up.
Teddy, you want to go using this?
Oh, you had it. Okay, thank you. Okay, looks like Ron Koznatsky, $500. Oh. Stan Rumleski, he bids on item number 3, $2,025. So, Stan Rumleski, Bears Day. Item number 3, $2,025. And that's all. So we'll go back to item number 1. And the highest bid was the $4,000 and it was by John X.
Yep.
So let's deal with that one first, with the motion.
Actually, they're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Item number 2. 2205 by Gerard Trader. By $5. And of course, item number 3 is Stan Rumleski, $2,025. Okay, go ahead, Sue.
Moved by Carl Keel, seconded by Ted Brown, motion to accept the following tenders for sale of used equipment. Item number 1, the 2009 Chef half-ton, $4,000 from John X. Item number 2, the 2010 7'6" Fisher blade with some attachments from Gerard Trader, $22.05. And item number 3, the Massey Ferguson Sycamore from Stan Rumleski, $2,025.
Discussion. All those in favor? It's carried. Okay, now there is some bills, but we'll do the severances first.
Did you want to go over that, the Brady settlement first?
Oh, yes,
Yeah, there's a map that I put on here, and it was in there.
yeah, I seen it.
The correspondence was the letter from Bradley,
Yeah, okay.
And then the deed had,
This here? Okay,
Yeah.
so, yeah, okay. And there was a note, was there? I
there
didn't
was
see.
any correspondence that I sent
That
you, the original
Oh,
correspondence.
the original?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody, can you find that? Oh, well, that's
Pardon?
Is it in the-
from the one
Should be in the original.
in the original,
Original copy?
Second last page,
from the original package?
second last, hold on.
Bradley Law?
Yes, Bradley Law.
That is the one that we got this.
There.
Yeah, right,
Okay.
second last page, Sam.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, somebody had talked to me about this, maybe Dean.
Just right under the, after the election.
You have it? Does everybody have it?
Should be in
Last-
your
It was the
original.
last page, it's from a lawyer,
It's the original. in the-
package in your
It
original.
was the one that came in mail.
Second last page of the
Yeah, you
law.
got that, and about this was on your desk tonight, it's the picture of the,
In this.
you guys have it, Stanley, do you have it, Carl? You have the picture of the property?
I understand. Hey, second last page on the bottom.
I have mine.
That was right there, top of that. There,
Because you went 2 years.
that's it.
Do you wanna,
That yellow.
wanna see that, or?
Go ahead,
Oh, you have this too? Okay.
I have it, she was just laughing that mine was on the last page and Carl's was on the second.
Second is on the last page.
Yeah, see? You only,
Well, I read my package, you were gonna put it up.
okay, that's what he meant.
Had nothing to do with this one.
All right, let's talk about it. So I read it, and so they're gonna pay all the costs. Is there a problem, Dean, if we go ahead with this?
I'm just a little concerned why all of a sudden he wants to
Yeah, clean it up.
to it, so you own that property for years. I'd like to get more information from either Bradley
Mhm.
or talk to Mr. Victor
Jonka?
himself. Just I just like a little bit more clarification, because if you look at the map, which I did print off, there's two sections of it. So is it the section next to Doyle Mountain, or is it section over farther towards Mountain View Road? If you see at the top left, like there's two sections of it, so I just,
So he's given us this, but that doesn't show the parts. That's not a,
no, I didn't.
yeah, that's why you wouldn't know, right? Okay. I don't know, could it be that he wants to sell it and he wants to get everything all legal and tidied up before he does? I
I
don't
think
know.
so, because he had an entrance permit off of that already.
Okay,
And I do believe maybe that's why, but I just,
yeah,
the
no,
letter's kind of, to me, it's a little bit unclear.
okay. Tyler, you have,
Sorry, Kim did get the email as well.
yes?
And looking at that, they didn't state their intent in the letter, but if we were to be given that road, that would make two properties, natural severance.
Yeah, it is an actual severance, I looked at that. Oh, boy. That's not a good thing, because I don't know how big that is.
Well, that diamond in the corner would be like a severed lot, then.
That would be our fault then, we'd be giving him an actual severance without him applying for it. That's why he wants to pay all the costs. But I'm sure that's a big enough spot there, but until, see, there's another spot on the top corner. I think he has an actual severance there.
I think it's the one next to Arrow Mountain. I do believe that's the one, because like I said, he did already have an entrance permit put in there. So
For the bigger triangle?
yeah, I think so, but I'm not 100%.
You don't even have an idea how big that triangle would be. Well, then let's get some more information, because we have to be careful about doing that, you know? Is there anywhere there you could have a driveway? Okay, so council, with your permission, we'll let Dean do some more investigating. Okay, and then we can talk about it. But I do see at the top there, that's scary to me, that little spot. That looks like a natural severance right there, so they can't do anything there, it doesn't look big enough. in case somebody comes screaming, I guess we did that somewhere back in the old days. Before my time. Okay, so we'll table this, council, with your permission, and Dean will come back with some more information. Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
All right, good. What other severance do we have, Dean, that you, I guess all of them
Well,
probably?
they're all applications for consent, there's only one actual severance for approval.
Yeah.
It's the last one.
Last one that was, that I added.
Yeah.
The other ones are for you to look at and see if you have any comments.
Yeah, but, so Dean, does Dean have these? Has he made comment?
Well,
Does he have any problem?
I gave him,
I have
yeah, he has the copy.
Did you look at them or not yet?
Which one is it now?
We could look at the Yaroslavich, Susan Yaroslavich one. She's got 1, 2, she has 2.
Yeah.
Okay,
They have a lot of conditions.
they're talking about a lot of conditions?
Yes.
Oh, God. Okay, oh my God.
Yeah, it's a book.
These are just general inquiries, right?
Yes.
These aren't applications.
No, but they're warning her that if you apply, this is what you're facing. It looks like there's,
They're asking for a lot though. Read it.
sorry,
They're asking for quite a bit there in that one.
in Susan's
Yeah.
request?
Yes.
So if you go to this, there's 2 parts to it.
Oh, 27.388 hectares.
Go right to the end, you'll see the proposal. There should be a diagram. Yeah, you're looking at.
Okay, but the red, what's usually red is retained, green is severed.
Subdivision.
Oh, she's asking for a subdivision.
This one here.
Oh, she'll have to go through,
Now, there's a lot of conditions.
it would cost her a fortune. Oh, well, I mean, it's up to them, but $100,000 isn't out of it, anywhere out of the ball field or something like that. Yeah, but they're on the river, right? One of them isn't even touching water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It would be good for us, we'd have 11 more lots.
Then the beginning part of that, there's other severances involved too.
Yeah, the
2
first
parts.
one?
Oh, okay. I didn't look at that, to tell you the truth. Okay, what?
No, there's the other.
There's another one.
This one here?
Yeah, that one.
Well, this is a separate one?
Yeah.
From the same applicant.
The same applicant.
This one's got more? Oh, boy.
Lot 2. Well, lot 2. Lot 1. Lot 3. Where's lot 3? Oh, there.
12 lots.
So, wait a second. First one. So it's actually,
And so they'd all have to get a right of way, a deed giving them a right of way to get to the main road on Round Lake. And that Round Lake Road, where is that entrance coming on there? You know?
Just on this side of Sand Bay, Brian McCarthy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This side.
On this side, Killough's side.
That's right, yeah. That's where that.
Oh, where the little bell has their little Buddha there?
Yeah, right beside
so
us.
that's,
Okay,
you go around the swamp there.
Yeah, yeah, it's just
go
across
next door, yeah.
Is there an actual entrance there, or is this a proposed one? There is one there?
There's lots there already, they're just proposing more.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, again, I don't think we have a problem with any of that. I don't see any problems. The county can deal with them because, everybody okay with those? We won't comment because we don't have any concerns. Everybody okay?
Yeah.
All right. And Chris LeBaire,
More lots, more tax.
more what?
More
Oh my
lots.
God. Well, that's not a very good map. The county's not gonna let them get away with that.
No, yeah.
Yeah, you can't see half
Oh,
of it.
I don't even,
I don't even know where it is.
Well, he doesn't have, maybe he
Well,
has it here.
What's that?
It's off of Sunrise.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
so that's,
that's, Sunrise is, going to the lake.
Landfill.
The landfill, but is this on the lakeside? Like, no, it's on landfill side.
Landfill side.
Okay, there's barns there, oh, good luck with that.
What does he sell that old junk?
Well, I don't know what, is there one lot, I don't know, it doesn't, proposed lot would be 20.7 hectares. That's what the existing lot is. The proposed lot would be 6 hectares and the retained would be 14. That's right, that's, okay. And the proposed lot is 6 hectares that would have the barn and the shed, and the other one has a cottage. Now, they're close to the waste site. Well, do you know where that is, Dean? Would we have a problem with a driveway there?
Well, I think if you look, I think it says the proposed new on the back sketch. So
Yeah, no, you can't tell.
he never contacted me or nothing like that yet, so I'd have to look at it to make sure.
It
Yeah,
says these criteria are that the proposed lots do not conflict with abutting uses, do not lead to demand for increased municipal services, complete the development potential of the holding, do not create a concern with urban development, the first 3 lots suffered have been developed, and that the lots can be adequately serviced with potable water and a private sewage disposal system. Council has no concerns relating to section 14.3, the consent could be considered appropriate.
so I think we should answer saying that the diagram does not indicate where a driveway would be put, so we can't comment.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to say yes, go ahead.
Oh, no,
and
we
somewhere-
can't see it.
No, we can't see it.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we should do, is we should just say that because the diagram is vague, we cannot determine where the proposed entranceway would be, so until we get that, we're not prepared to comment. Okay, everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Dean needs to know where it is.
Yeah.
The minute we say we have no concerns, then we're kind of obligated, and it wouldn't look good if we start complaining about the driveway after the fact, so. Okay, the next one, so Susan's, you're gonna,
Yeah.
Well, it's.
No, it
no, it has nothing to do with
These
that.
are just planning responses.
Yes.
The one that you have to.
But we do have to catch it, in fairness to
Oh,
the
yeah.
person.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
have to comment so that they know what, oh my God, this is a bad one too, Derek. I'll use that, that's a good picture.
If you're looking at, sorry.
Yeah.
If you're looking at the first one again, you'll want to read through the difference between a subdivision and a condominium agreement for who looks after the road that gets put in. If it were to go to an application, you would want to take a look at that.
Yeah, normally, now because of the new OP, I don't know what they have in there about that, but it used to be that a right-of-way was deeded to every person that would own access in there, would own property. So everybody's deed, so when they were going to buy it, their lawyer would say, oh, okay, it's indicating that you'll be sharing the road and the road will be owned by, and either they, the owner that's selling it, so Susan Yarskovich, either she would have to maintain it, and then, or she's saying that they could form an association and they'd have to look after it, or they each have to go in. So when you're buying it, because I don't want to see you here saying, I want you to take the road over. Nobody told me that I didn't have a road that was looked after. And I'm assuming we have to have it zoned LSR.
Well, but if you read the ones, I don't have it in front of me, but I think there's a difference between the subdivision and the.
But what does condominium rights have to do with
Well,
that?
again, I don't have it here, but I believe there was wording that they bring it up to a standard and then the township take it over under a subdivision. The condominium was like what you were just describing with the private roads.
Okay, well then we go with that. Absolutely, council has to be conscious of that. We sure don't want to start giving consent and then have to take those roads over.
But it's, again, just a general inquiry, but if it goes further, like it's something I'm considering for sure.
Well, then we have to comment about this. So could we send a note to the county saying that the municipality would not agree to the, does it quote a section in the OP about that? Okay, you want it?
Which one is it, Tyler? Part one or?
The, the 12 lots.
Oh, the big one. Sue's giving us one.
That's true, there, yeah.
Aggregate, they have, hazard, forest fire hazard, livestock.
I don't think they just read in this one.
Yeah, I don't see any section that it's quoting.
Section 424, excerpts from the fifth official plan.
Which one?
Relevant official plan policies, the plan of subdivision condominium must satisfy the requirements of the official plan.
Whereabouts is that?
This, it's on page 3 and it's like the third, fourth paragraph underneath relevant official plan policies. That's the only place where I see,
I don't see it.
On page 2,
right here.
2?
Oh, you're looking at page 2.
it reads that proceeding by way of plan of subdivision, the internal road will need to be constructed as a public road and assumed by the municipality.
Oh, yeah,
So
very
we
bottom
don't want
page.
that.
Just-
Unless council wants to take the road over. But of course, that would mean we would insist on it being paved, 66 feet. It has to be done to the top standard, and then that adds the cost to her by probably 100,000. So she probably would sooner the right-of-way method that I mentioned, because then it's up to each.
But what about the next sentence? It says alternatively, a plan of condominium could create a private internal road.
I can't find that, where am I?
Very bottom of the page, page 2.
It's the aggregate, it says,
Are you in the right
page-
one?
oh, maybe I'm on the right, not right one.
Still on the neck, yeah.
Rikoski,
No, we're looking at your scavengers.
oh, we're back at your scavengers.
Yes, that's, well, they're planning the subdivision, remember?
Yeah, how did we get back to them?
That's, Tyler told us to keep an eye out for.
Well, I apologize, I thought we were done. Yeah, okay, yeah, we better be careful. And in fairness to Susan Yaroskavich, she definitely won't want us to do the one that we're going to take over, because we wouldn't allow the severances unless she brought it up to our standards, which is what I said. It says that our standards are paved hardtop. Each one of those would then be deeded, saying that that road is going to be a municipal road one day. That puts pressure on us. It puts pressure on Mrs. Yaroskavich, because she would be forced to do that road within a time limit. So, I would suggest to council that we say that we have no problem with the right of way, but we do have a problem with the other.
So with their new system with the severance, if they go to the next step and go through the application, like right off the hop, you guys can comment.
Mhm.
And I would say that would probably be the time you want to do it, is if they actually move forward with the application.
But I want her to know that there's reservation in these chambers. I don't want her to think, oh, well, whatever we decide will work out at the end. It doesn't work that way. I don't want her under the misunderstanding that we're prepared to take over the road one day, unless council is prepared to do that. So if council's prepared to look at that, then we can say now we don't have a problem. If council isn't, then that can be a condition. We're not gonna pass this sucker unless you do this. That's what I'm saying. In fairness to her, she should know what we're looking at. You understand, guys?
Mhm.
I'm assuming you'd rather have the right of way, where the road then is in ownership of her or the people that buy those lots, and they work it out, and that it not ever be intended to come up to us.
Agreed.
Anybody, show me your hands.
What about the second point that Debbie brought up, the alternative there?
Alternative? Oh, sorry, again, and I do.
It's same thing at the bottom of the page. A plan of condominium could create a private internal road.
That's exactly what he just told us.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
it goes with condominium, we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
If they go as a subdivision,
Then we do.
worry about it.
That's right. So that's what I'm saying, we should do the condominium, if that's council's
Yeah.
wishes, if you never want to own the road in there and look after it. then, and in fairness to Mrs. Yarscavage, that's the way she would prefer it, because then she doesn't have anything to do with building a road up to our standards and the cost involved with that. I haven't talked to her about that, so I don't know, but I'm just, if it was me, and
It's a lot
somebody said,
more.
here's your two options, I'd say, I wanna take the private right away, because then I don't have to build a road.
Yeah.
Okay, show of hands that you agree that we say it be the condominium. Everybody, okay, thank you. So we should let them know that that would be our condition, and then we can deal with it when she submits it.
Yeah.
At least she knows ahead of time. Go ahead, Brian.
But the private road, if they go that route, still has to be up to standards for the emergency vehicle access.
Yeah, well then that, I don't know who has that.
Municipality has to pass that.
I don't know what that is.
Bob has that.
Okay,
I don't think it has to be brought up to the road center.
No,
It just has to be
Up
up to,
to access, accommodate emergency access.
which it already is, it's like a normal driveway. right?
It's, yeah, basically 20 foot or not even 20 feet.
okay, so we don't have to build it up to some kind of, yeah, I didn't, yeah, because I'd never heard, we'd never done that before. Okay, so where are we now?
Derek Murkowski's.
Derek and Julie, now they've got a whole bunch of stuff there too. They're really nailing them home. Okay, anybody have any problems? Can we say that if they apply, that as far as the municipality is concerned, we wouldn't have any problem?
They never contacted me either for any
No.
driveway or nothing.
Do you see any problem? There's quite a bit of land there. Would you
The number two maybe would have to, because I think that's the proposed, I think is a new lot.
Number 2 is the proposed one, yeah?
So that would have to, I think, I do believe need a new entrance there, so I.
You have no
again,
idea.
It probably would be okay, but
Okay, so what if we said that we have no concerns except that the applicant would have to contact the road superintendent to ensure that entranceway can be accommodated, okay? How's that?
Yeah.
Everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Last one is Fern, Zadra. Oh.
What was that? These things are getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Holy cow. Okay, each lot are required to have their own direct access. Does he have direct access? I can't tell, like his, oh, here's a better map.
Mountain.
Driveway, proposed house. Is it one lot?
To sever one lot for residential development.
Okay, so then he's got a little red, green. That green is retained, red is proposed. Is that what I'm looking at? Normally, that's the colors they use.
And the proposed house is on the back of the little lot there. 55 meter frontage.
Do they have road access?
yes,
Okay. How much is the frontage on the road? How long is the frontage? 55 meters?
55 meters.
Okay, and do you know where that is?
I did, I met with him before he put the application.
Oh,
in,
good,
And just give us access to there.
good, okay. So again, does anybody see any problems with Burns? And we could give comment that we have no, that he has spoken to the road superintendent and that we have no other concerns. Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Just a quick, so Fern knows, then it'll come in and we have to comment again and we can look at it for sure, but at least he knows we're not.
Yeah, what I put on your desk.
Oh, yeah. Clifford and Jennifer Wall, Patrick
Oh,
White.
yeah, I've seen that. That's the last one, right?
Yes.
And this one actually is for approval, like this is a.
Well, this is the one we have to approve.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody's selling it.
There's not a whole lot of concerns, okay? Which road is that? Trainmore Road. And the county has no
Comment
comment?
I can see.
Usually they comment somewhere. One gives us 3 pages, the next one doesn't end. I don't know. Any problems, Dean? Do you see any problems?
I think there's, like, again, they never contacted me for access. I do believe, I was there through there today, I do believe there's access.
It's a straight stretch right there,
But I think there's an existing driveway.
yeah.
Yeah, but that, we can take that away on them. When they're asking for a severance?
Oh, no, but the existing driveway would pass if that's.
Oh, okay. Okay.
If that's what it is.
When we get a severance, if there's 10 driveways, we can take them all away and say, you want the severance, you're gonna get rid of 9 of those. Well, I don't see any comments, so No. that's what I'm saying, there's 3 pages on all the others, and then this one doesn't even have a. Okay, well, council, do you want to approve it?
Yeah, there's a motion coming.
Okay. And Dean, you're sure you're okay with that? Ted, you've seen it, you're okay? Okay. Oh, I took, that, oh yeah, because Dean's here. I was gonna say, poor Chris is waiting. Tyler. Okay, go ahead.
Moved by Carl Keel, seconded by Stanley Kosky, motion to approve severance P6521.
Any comments, questions? All those in favor? It's a carry. All right. Anything else for Dean in our letters? Bill. Yeah, but anything else in our letters before the bills?
We had talked about those speed signs that maybe the county would put one up. You know,
Oh, yeah.
we talked to them at all about that,
Sue, you had talked about the radar signs and what
just
that
radar
is.
signs.
Yeah,
To Lee Perkins or whatever, he was, whenever it was available, they were. gonna
Yes.
bring-
Okay.
They were gonna bring one.
I got another complaint on Queen Street about speeding again.
yeah, so they told me at the operations committee that we are scheduled to have them, but it's when it's available. So we're on the radar, but they couldn't tell me when. And then we did get the prices of those machines that kind of encourage people to slow down, but they're costly.
I see Egan has their own, eh?
Yeah, they must have purchased it. And a lot of them buy those, what do they call them? The signs that municipalities are buying about speeding. Remember the signs? What did, I called them something.
I can't think of it off the
Okay,
top
good,
of my
I'm
head.
not the only one. that-
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay, all right, so we've got 2 declarations, I'm told.
Okay,
Well, thank God we have enough to pay the bills, sorry.
I, Ted Brown, declare pecuniary financial interest of Golden General Voucher number 06-2021. I, Debbie Kaplinski, declare pecuniary interest the 06-2021.
Okay, council, let's have a look at the bills. Any comments or questions on the bills? Go ahead.
Who's Mayor Sullivan all the time?
These are the community safety well-being plan that we are enjoying this bill.
Yeah, she's,
I just thought that they kind of see it all the time, I know.
no, it's good to ask, and you know. Anyone else have any questions on the bills? Okay, I'd entertain a motion to pay the bill.
Okay. Moved by John Jeffrey, seconded by Carl Kale, motion to approve Rowan General Voucher number 06-2021 in the amount of $915,518.32.
Oh, County of Brentford, that's why we're $1 million.
OPP too.
LPP, all the school.
Yeah, I see. Well, the biggest one is the county.
And then
Yeah, and then the
school
school board, yeah, and I see 240s.
Yeah.
For the public library,
That's their doing.
yeah, that's how we're finished, and we've given them all their money.
Yeah.
And the other one was for,
OPP.
oh, where's that one?
It's on page,
Oh, 41. Oh, yeah, that's our cost, all right. So how often do we pay them? Monthly, we pay 41,000 a month.
Yeah.
Okay. Did they say Carrie?
no, you're supposed to.
I'm supposed to say Carrie. Okay, Carrie. That's my job. There's one or this one? Yeah. Okay, anything else for Dean? Have a nice night, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Why am I thinking we're supposed to tell them something? I don't know. Okay,
She'll remember when you walk out.
no, I'll remember when I'm driving home.
Yeah, me too.
No, and then we would have told them in Tammy's report, so.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. All right, we're moving on to Chris. How are you tonight, Chris?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good, thank you. Can I have your report, please?
Absolutely. So just a quick repeat of what Bob said there, but the fireworks, item number one, was a huge success. You can see some still frames there from the actual Round Lake show. It was well attended in person and online, rave reviews, as you have heard, especially over Round Lake, and just a special thanks to the KHR volunteer firefighters for helping out with that event. It was extremely helpful. Item number two, orange ribbons. In solidarity with our Indigenous neighbors, we have tied ribbons on both Queen Street Bridge and the covered bridge in Station Park to honor the lives of the children found at the former sites of the residential schools. All staff working on Canada also wore orange, and we encourage the public to do the same, as well as light candles on July 1st. So you can see the pictures there, and if you drive by, you can check it out as well. Item number three, Stonefence Theater. The dress rehearsal had 135 attendees, which is awesome. They were hoping for around 100, so they got that for sure. Opening night is July 14th. Just so council is aware, tickets have been purchased for council, the final show for the August the 5th. Dinner starting at 4:45 p.m. and the show starts at 6 p.m. and that's them there from last night singing the Red Redneck Riviera song.
Okay, and I'll speak to it when we come back.
Okay. Item number four, Barry Goldie Memorial. So we received a request from Lucy King to allow her family in the Stonefence Theater to organize a memorial for Barry on Sunday, August 22nd in Station Park in Killaloo. She says, we feel the park would be a fitting place for our vision of a simple gathering of friends and family to honor Barry's life and his contributions to our community through his work, i.e. the gazebo in the park, which he built, and his theater history, artistic director is from Madawaska Theater, as well as being a founding member and artistic director of the Stonefence Theater. And that's from Lucy King. Item number five, you see everyone's high-fiving and celebrating. That's because this is the first time we've ever had stage 2 and stage 3 in the same meeting. Usually we're not moving this quick, which is great. Most of the things are about stage 3, but just so council's aware, stage 2 did obviously start on the 30th of June, and stage 3 is gonna start on July 16th. I put in huge letters, no plexiglass. That doesn't necessarily mean this. I have been waiting a whole year for them to get rid of the plexiglass barrier, which musicians have to have. And now they've decided that 3 meters is a fair enough distance to be away. So we don't have to have plexiglass anymore for our live performers, which is awesome. Outdoor gatherings, up to 100 people. Indoor gatherings of 25. Indoor and outdoor recreation centers are now open. Meeting and event spaces, indoor can have 50% capacity up to 1,000 people, whatever's less. Outdoor 75 up to 500 people. This one is really interesting, but teaching and instruction, so like a fitness class. Indoor you can have 50% or 1,000, or outdoor 75% or 15,000 people.
I think we're safe.
I think we're good, yeah. Item number 6, Songs from the Park. So Songs from the Park is back, starting Friday, August 6th for the month of August, and some in September will be in Station Park in Killaloo. I've had a lot of really good feedback. I'm not going to have any problem filling these spots. I'm already got about half of them filled already, just from this afternoon, because everybody's super excited to get back to playing music in the park and a little bit of sense of normalcy. So So it's gonna start at 6 PM and goes to 8 PM, and bring your lawn chairs out to Station Park. Next one, item number 7, Killaloe BIA. So we're making excellent progress with this group, for our sign project, as well as branding on future projects. I put the design on the right, but I should have said the left. Design on the left are proposed designs for the new signage. This is from Matt Cherry. So we came up with the name, we were gonna go with Killaloe Rendezvous, but then after talking with Matt, I realized there's not a ton of French heritage here. And so we kind of went through the idea and went with kind of the Killaloe Irish Gathering, a place to gather. It sends a message to people as a call to action to kind of come in, and especially after COVID-19, people are gonna be looking for that kind of thing. And so we thought that a place to gather was a good tagline to bring people in and get people excited, as well as you see the infographics there, which kind of very simply, we had to kind of narrow it down. Obviously, there's more things than that, but it's just to kind of tell people, hey, Killaloo's here, there's lots going on, and then a business center next, right? So there's a couple different color variations. I only put the 2 up there, but that's basically the mock-up of the design that we're looking at, and I'm really impressed with that. And then so below you'll see the proposed BIA logo, and it kind of plays off again the a place to gather. So I'll keep council updated as that goes along, but right now we're in the process of the sign design, and then we're still fundraising for the to get the licenses up, but we have enough now to pay for the signs. Item number 8, the swim program. We had 72 swimmers register, which I think is a record. Awesome feedback and gratitude from the parents. They're really happy that we did this. I went there last week, and everyone was just telling me how glad they were that we ran this program and how happy they are. I'd like to say thanks to the staff at Long Trip Provincial Park. They've been extremely helpful. I showed up there. This is my first year running this program, so I was kind of trying to figure everything out, and they went and they've cleaned off all the docks. They've got everything ready for us, anything we ever need. They're extremely helpful, so thank you to them. Another thank you to Natalie and Dana, our instructors, who are doing an amazing job. The parents are saying they're doing great with the kids. They're really happy. So the last day, Friday the 13th of August, I'd like to do the awards barbecue. I'm still, David is on holidays, so he should be back next week. I'm going to confirm with him, but I don't see any issues moving forward. Having gone through all the documents, I see no issues having that barbecue. So we'll get to have that thing back for the awards and everything like that.
I wanted Chris to get council aware, because I know Debbie, sometimes you like to go, and I know that other members have taken the time off and to go. Brian, I know you like to go.
Yeah, I'll be away
Okay.
Me and Carol barbecued there a couple.
Oh, yes,
That's right,
yes.
that's right.
And it'd be nice if you guys
I'd be
could come
willing
back.
to do it again.
Pardon me?
I'd be willing to do it again.
Yes, Carl?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Right, so you know you have 2 hot dog makers.
Right on, thank you.
Okay.
Moving forward, the lending library. So we've got some new items here. I'm really excited about these. Some are kind of basic, but very popular with the croquet set, the bocce ball, hockey helmets. We got various sizes for kids who are, a lot of this stuff is barrier to entry. We don't want, if someone's looking to try out a new sport or do something like that, they don't have to spend the money on trying to get into the sport, and they can see if they like it or not. And then if they like it, then their parents can buy the other stuff. Early skater learning aid, easy setup badminton, bicycle pump, and the 2 big ticket ones were the metal detector and a telescope. I really feel like, so we've researched pretty heavily what other lending libraries and other things are doing, and these were the ones that really stood out, especially as a barrier to entry for someone to try it out. And people are getting outside, they're being educated, they're learning about things, and they're very easy to use. And so I'm really excited to see, we've already kind of told a bunch of people about it, and they're very excited to try it out.
How many bocce sets do you have?
Just the one.
Okay. We used to play that, it was fun.
Yes, I love bocce ball as well. So that's kind of like most of our list there. We still have a couple other things we may get, but this was the main thing that we had gone through and said we absolutely want to get. So that's be available at the lending library. Item number 10, the newsletter. It turned out beautifully.
It's really nice.
It really turned out good. I really love this extra pages. It gave us the space to be able to do all of our nice articles. Our visit to the military, the grads, that was a really nice thing. People really liked that. as well as the pictures from the environmental action tour all here.
And you did good with that, thank you.
Yes.
I wanted that.
So, we're getting lots of really good feedback. Like I said, everything was included. They got out in time for Canada Day. And copies are available at the Visitor Information Center and Municipal Office. And I'll be bringing something to council with that. I'd like to try to do that maybe at least 2 times a year, depending on how busy things get. It's just really nice. We've never had this demand before. And if people in the community, I feel like if they want to reach out and do that, then we should try. So I'm going to be pitching for my next year's budget, something that maybe supplements the cost a little bit, but kind of that, so we can still do that maybe at least twice a year to see how that goes. And if it keeps going, then we can build off it, but I'll bring that to council for next budget. Item number 11, the Visitor Information Center. It's now open Tuesday to Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you go in there, it's very much Killaloe Haggerty Richards oriented. It's changed a lot. We've got rid of a lot of the brochures. Some of them were really old in there. And a lot of same copies of things like that. So when you walk in, the first thing you see on the wall, Killaloe Haggerty Richards business cards. When you see across there, Killaloe Haggerty Richards brochures. I've got Ruby worked on a bunch of brochures as well on where to eat and things to do and entertainment and all kinds of things to do. Is grab maps. That's the next thing we're working on is maps of the area so that people can really come in and actually see all the great stuff that we have to do here in Killaloe Haggerty Richards in a very simple thing they can just take out and walk with them. So another thing that I'm working on is I meet with OBK House on Friday to see the potential of getting a mural in there. I'll have to ask council's permission when that comes, but I'm just exploring it. And their proposal would be able to do it for free just for the cost of the material. So we get a very cool, attractive painting or something in there, but I'll bring that to council for the approval once I get everything figured out, but just so that you're aware of what's going on. And further development will be coming with more proposals from local art and stuff like that. But again, stay tuned. I'll bring that to council for your review before we go ahead and do anything. Item number 12, other updates. The Frisbee golf course is designed. I'm going to be meeting with Dean tomorrow to go through to see if I can get some help clearing out some small areas and everything like that. But I'm really happy with the way that's come together. I think it's going to be fun and challenging. Real rewards, you'll see I included a little ticket there on your thing. We're getting, again, really good feedback about that. The first draw is July 15th.
Tomorrow?
Yes. Oh, no,
Thursday.
yeah, Thursday.
Oh, I'm looking at August.
Sensational, that ends August 31st. The digital duck race, I had to postpone. The creek is really high. And I don't want to get swept down the Golden Lake. So I think this may add in a little bit of time. So I just said August because we'll wait till to get a little bit lower where it's safe that I can go in there and I won't get swept down to Golden Lake out to Montreal. So
I would have caught you on your way past my place.
thank you. I really appreciate that. But so we made a little funny video. We basically said like the Duck Union would allow it.
I watched it.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Yeah.
That was really good.
And I'm glad we didn't because he's still pinned under the rapids somewhere. So, but no need to worry. It was a fake duck. No real ducks were harmed. And just so everyone's aware, I'll be on holidays from the 23rd to August 2nd. And finally, I'd like to ask council's permission to let Ruby come and do a presentation at next council meeting, my summer student. I would like for her to come and tell you all the wonderful things that she's doing. And if that's okay, then we can bring her in here and she can get this experience. I'm trying to give her as much experience as I can, as many lessons going farther, but I think this would be a really good thing for her to be able to see how municipal
So we're
council
meeting
goes.
on the 24th, but we're gonna have a special meeting before, but I'd like her here on the 24th. The other meeting is going to be a committee meeting. So the 24th of August. Council, show of hands if we let her come and make a presentation. I think it would be really good. Yeah, everybody, Carl, you're okay?
Yes.
Okay, so it's okay, right? All right, so let's start at the start. Anybody have comments or questions more than what we said already on Canada Day? Okay, the orange ribbons. Stone Fence Theater. Number 4, when I was asked about this, I said it should come to council because it would be setting a precedent, which I have no problem with, but I think it should be council's decision, not mine. So, any comments or questions before I call for the vote on item number 4?
I think it's good, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if you pick your hand up, it's saying okay, so show of hands,
Very good.
very good, okay, yeah, so you can tell them yes, okay? Item number 5,
Just.
just to go back, sorry,
I just had a question for Chris on this, number 5. With the outdoor stuff opening up, have you heard anything from Round Lake Rec, Harold, or anything about the soccer program?
So I talked to Harold, the other day actually, and he said that they're not looking to do anything for, the summer, but they're looking at the ball hockey for the fall. And starting that, and then we had talked about Halloween. You know, I kind of explained this, to tell you the truth, I never expected to be here at this point with all COVID being as open as we are. And I don't think really anybody did. And so I kind of said, you know, it might be better for you to focus on a time ahead, like Halloween or something like that. So his goal is to basically, at the very least, try to do the Halloween, but still try to do the ball hockey and Killaloe. Nothing for the summer, though. They said they have kind of put that aside for the summer. So if anything, it will be the ball hockey in the fall, and then the Halloween, and hopefully everything else after that, because as it looks,
Be
it's
back to
looking,
normal,
yes.
okay? Did that answer your question, Brad?
And there's no, we don't have a soccer program in Killaloe.
No, we do not have a soccer program. I'm trying to get more things like that developed, like we're starting with this Frisbee golf, so, but we'll see how that kind of goes through, because I do believe they do
I
us.
just got an email.
I thought the Cowan, like,
Used to.
Cowan's do
They
it?
used to have.
Yeah,
They
they,
used to, but I don't think.
They don't do it anymore?
yeah, during COVID, the league quit
Okay,
permanently, so that could be something we could look into for next year to try to facilitate. A lot of these programs, you know, we don't have them, so we can get maybe a grant for them for Canadian Tire or something like that, so I'd be more than willing to look into that. But just during COVID, it didn't make sense to develop that.
that's right. And council, I'd like to go back to item 3, the Storm Fence Theater. I asked the staff to buy each member of council a ticket for the last show in August. So it's on August the 5th at 6 o'clock. And what I'm asking council to all show up, they want to do, it's gonna be a special evening, and they also want to recognize council for our giving them permission to hold the Stone Fence Theater in the park. So I told Chris and Sue to order us 7 tickets, and hopefully all 7 of us can come, and Stanley's gone out. So
That piece of paper right there.
this thing here, they'll scan it
That's
when
your
you get there.
That's your ticket.
That's your ticket.
Don't lose it.
So hopefully, now, if you want your spouse to come, you buy that ticket, but these are to encourage all of us to go, okay? And when Stanley comes, Carl, maybe you could mention it to him, that he knows what that is, because he stepped out. Okay, so then we're going back to number 5 has been answered. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. So there's gonna be, Carl and Teddy have agreed to do the cooking. Brian, you don't know, you're away,
Oh, it should be.
and Debbie and I for sure, okay?
Yeah.
Number 9, the lending library. 10, the newsletter. 11, the visitor center. Number 12, the other updates. Anything on all the updates? On Chris's report as a whole? Yeah?
I just want, did Auto River Fire get back to you at all?
No, I haven't heard anything back from, I actually did call, and talk with the secretary there for a while.
Your ex-girlfriend's money.
Yeah. So we had talked, and the gentleman was supposed to call me, but had never called me back. So I have it on my list to kind of follow up, but it's been a little bit, there's with the stone fence, there's a lot going on, so I haven't had a chance to call him back, but
I'll get ahold of him maybe.
Could you? Yeah, because he was supposed to call me and it would be interesting because that grant, apparently they're already using the grant that I wanted to use for that. But I'm not sure they thought about the welcome center like I had proposed, so it would be good to take advantage of that as much as possible, especially since it's a multi-year grant. And there's a whole bunch of other programs in that, like with and all kinds of things, so I'd like to definitely touch base on. So if you could reach out to him, that would be great.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so we've got the ticket. All right, anything else for Chris? John?
Ed Chip here, when you seen what's, the Irish Islanders getting, he was wondering how he'd go about it getting one for Will No Heritage.
Sorry
We
for-
do sponsor Will No Heritage.
No, no.
Yeah, we do. I don't wanna get into, because I sent him the $19,000. Ursa does the books, so, Will No Heritage has got from Killuhigan and Richards, $19,000 since, 2014.
That's correct. And because it's not in our municipality, you could also tell them that we felt that by contributing to their buildings, that would be better than us. We feel that Madawaska Valley should be supporting them with the event because it's on Madawaska Valley land. But the municipality recognizes them by giving them the grant to further develop that property. And we think that's all
And we also
fair.
give to the rink.
Pardon me?
We also give to the rink as well.
Yeah, but he's talking about.
Yeah, he's talking
Irish
about
Day.
The subject's kind of come up about nothing to Will No. He was told about the rink and I forgot about putting a dust suppression down to get the helicopter landed.
Yeah. But, I mean, we do give for that too, so. But, I mean, if they can put a letter in and ask council at the time of the budget, then it's up to council whether they want to say yes or no.
One more good thing. Your Uncle Billy asked me how you were doing. I said, good comments you're getting from all the people. He said, you're following your grandfather's footsteps. That was,
Thank you,
he's very proud of you. He said to tell you he's proud that you're doing that.
thank you, I really appreciate
Oh, that's
that.
nice. Okay, anything else for Chris? Have a good night. Thank you very much. Okay, Sue, you're up.
Okay, I have the resolution, if everybody had a chance to read the community well safety lead plan, that we're joint with the other municipalities, everybody is taking it to their council to pass.
I know. Anybody have any comments or questions? Okay, motion then, you need a motion?
Yes, I do. Moved by Debbie Kuklinski, second by Carl Keel, motion to adopt the joint community safety and well-being plan with the Township of Kildogan Richards, the Township of Rubin and Raglan, Township of Madawaska Valley, and the Township of Sylvan.
Okay, not that I'm being picky,
Okay.
but who picked the picture and where is it? Why did they pick that particular picture and where is it? Shouldn't they have had 5 pictures because we are 1, 2, no, 4. They should have 4 pictures on the front. I don't like that.
Okay, I could send a note back saying.
Would you think that if 4 of us are there, that our municipality?
Yeah, all 4 community, yeah.
Okay.
That's all I'm picky about.
Okay, I could. send-
Council, are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, we have a motion then?
yes, and I read it.
You read it, and then I get a vote?
No,
All those in favor? It's carried, thank you.
I will contact Mira.
Thank you. I'm sure she'll love me, but thank you. Anything else, Sue?
Oh, yes, okay, so that, on your desk tonight, the county of Vancouver sent, their flag policy, so I don't know if you want, there was the stuff tonight,
Flag policy.
should be in your other file probably.
And it was on the desk tonight?
I put it on tonight, yeah. Okay, do everybody get it?
Okay,
Probably somewhere.
Okay, I'll look in the other, well, there. I don't see it.
I don't know if I moved it. I probably moved it.
I don't see it.
There's the flag policy, and then there was a request to, the warden would like to attend all lower tier municipalities.
Yeah, I don't have it, I'm sorry, I don't have much, no, I don't. Does everybody have it?
On Monday, nobody has.
Okay, that could be my fault. I put
Okay,
it on everybody's desk. I'll let you take a look at it.
Okay, so,
I don't have.
Okay, my apologies.
so they have a flag policy.
Yes, and they will pass it, well, I know, I'm.
Yeah, no,
Just for everybody's,
you wanna look at it, anybody?
No.
Tell them thank you.
okay?
Their own and.
Okay, the warden and CAO are hoping to attend future council meetings for all lower tier municipalities to overview specific information regarding the county as well as to answer any questions that council may have. Can somebody from your office send me a schedule of your meeting for the months of August, September, October, and November? So that they can come as a delegation.
Just a question, you know, the mayors bring everything back from the county. You know, and it's nice to meet the warden and everything like that, but you bring our concerns back, so I don't.
That's up to you. Council?
The only benefit I can see if we have any questions that they don't give you the right answer to, we can ask them again. But I don't know what we have.
We don't have any.
Yeah, I don't know, because all of our concerns that, you know, we give to the mayor, and she takes them back,
Why
so.
does she wanna come?
They want to go to all lower tier municipalities.
Council, show of hands that we invite her. If you want to invite her, pick your hand up. If you don't think there's a need to have them, leave it down.
Their meetings are long enough, they're listening.
Okay? Tell them thank you very much, but we'll decline, okay?
You want to talk about having a meeting for the planning response for the county of Renfrew?
Yes. So that's what we're,
Yeah.
okay, so let's pick a date for that. I was gonna call a special meeting. I'm calling a special meeting, and it's to do with planning concerns. We do have issues that Tyler would like to discuss with us about that. And I think we should, we have to make some decisions, and I'd like full council. Instead of just John, your committee, I was thinking we'd have the whole council. We can ask the questions and then give direction and move forward. Now, who's on, okay, when do you go on holidays, Brian?
The 12th of August.
The 12th of August?
Stand that.
Okay, let's try to do it before. Ted, when do you away?
I'm gone next week.
Next week.
What about the week of the 26th? You're back, that's,
I'll be back sometime on the 26th.
okay, so that last week of July.
No. Okay, what about the 9th or 10th of August?
Okay, well, we can't do that.
I'm not here.
On the 9th or 10th?
No, the last week of the month, July.
Yeah.
Okay,
Tyler, are you available the 9th or 10th? And which one do you prefer? Because it's you that's going to have to give the,
Either of those are fine.
okay, let's do the 9th at, so I'm going to ask the, Ted, you, if you could take a day off.
I'll have to see,
It would be the morning,
so I'll be taking the Friday off for the swim program of that week.
okay? And the reason I'm asking is just,
I can do evening if it.
Are you
suits
sure?
guys better.
I don't like bothering the staff to come at night. But, okay. Would you sooner at night, Ted, then we'll do it at night?
I can ask, but I just don't
Okay.
know. I don't know until I have to see who else is on holidays that week.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and book it at night then. So, could we go a little earlier?
I
Could
was
we
just gonna
do
say, could we do
yeah.
6 or 6:30?
6 o'clock? No?
Yeah, I'm done usually by 3.
Okay.
August 9th?
Yes, August 9th at 6 o'clock, so then we can do it an earlier night. Is everybody okay with that date?
August 9th, 6 PM?
And it's a planning meeting.
While we're talking about meetings and stuff like that, Madam Mayor, if you remember, I wanted to talk in the fall, in September, about the strategic plan. We talked about having a day.
Yeah.
So,
Again, when do you start getting busy?
yeah, maybe how about we Ted, if you could come back with dates at our next meeting or something?
September is pretty low, I can come whenever.
Okay,
Okay, what if we pick a date then?
and we'll do it during the day, that way it's,
Okay.
since it's.
All right, what about okay, Brian, then you'll be back to work, I'm assuming, they'll go back, do they actually gonna open the school, do you think?
School will be open, yeah, I'll be getting back from holidays on the 12th of September.
12, okay, so anytime after
So
that.
could you do the 13th?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Well,
That's a Monday?
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah, should be able.
do you want to like 10 a.m.?
Would that be the long weekend holiday?
okay, just a minute, I'm
It's
September, why do I have?
No, long weekend is the 6th, yeah.
July 21st.
Okay, so, yeah, I could do it on Monday, yeah. Okay, what are we talking about?
Strategic plans.
Strategic plan, okay, 9 o'clock, because Brian can be, no, 10 o'clock, no, when?
9, I can be.
9 you can do?
o'clock?
Okay.
Full council?
Yes.
Yes, full council is strategic plan.
9 o'clock on September 13th.
I might be going to a party that day, it's my birthday.
There you go.
Oh, we'll have to have great cake,
Oh, we have beer here.
you have to order lunch.
Yes. 9 a.m.
Oh, Jesus, I'm a head day ahead.
He's a month ahead.
Okay, so no cake, no cake then? Okay,
We
good,
can have lunch brought in and stuff.
yes, absolutely,
Okay.
all right,
Okay, thank you, council.
anything else, Sue?
Yeah, the letter from Andrew Buckham, did you want?
Oh,
to
yes.
hear that?
I guess we could do it during, okay, no, okay, let's do that.
That's the one that I just seen.
Yeah. Just wait, see.
Yeah, about the, well, that's the one Stanley and I got, asked about at hazardous waste day as
By
well.
Andy?
No, by someone else.
What? So
Yeah.
when's the swim barbecue?
13.
13th of August.
Bring your date timer next
At
time.
noon. You may have to come earlier, because I don't like putting the hot dogs at noon and telling people to be eat, because then they're lined up and they're looking at me like,
We'll be there at 10.
We'll have her organized.
all right, I'm leaving it in your capable hands. Okay, so, Mr. Buckham sent me this email, and I wanted it brought to council.
Where are we?
It's about the waste site,
Yeah.
yeah, fees.
I just.
We should inform them that it is down because we have been burning it.
And there's a huge cost to do that. The Ministry of Environment has strict regulations, it's not just lighting a match and away she goes. We have to have the fire department there.
As far as I know from conversations with the dump workers, they haven't seen any decline in people bringing stuff.
Okay. So it's not like they're placards and they're gonna, go on strike because the township judge, I'm sure. And I think we need to mark in there that the costs are extravagant and, the province encourages us to do user pay. Is everybody okay with that kind of incorporated in the letter?
Yeah.
Everybody good?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Who else?
They had a call today from a lady on, Rock Point Lane. She wanted to express concerns, because we don't have a noise bylaw or a fireworks bylaw. She said, would council be willing to consider it? There's neighbors, one has dementia, and like and the fireworks are being set off like regularly, like every night. It's past 10 o'clock. She has a dog that she has to sedate. She just wanted brought up if council would even consider,
Okay, first of all, we need her name.
she wouldn't give her name.
Well, then I'm
She just
not,
said a bunch of concerned property owners on Rock Point.
okay, so I think council, we don't address it when there's no name.
That's right. And I told her, I said, they may not consider it because you don't want to give your name, so.
I mean, we don't even know if she lives in our township. I mean, we have to, names have to be provided on all correspondence, if you recall, council, and I think that should be in a verbal request too. Okay?
Yep.
Anybody disagree with that? All right. Anything else? Okay. All right. We did the vouchers, we finished that. Committee reports. Anybody have any committee reports? We didn't have any committee meetings. All right, let's go to correspondence then. I'm going to go quickly through it. If you see something you want, stop me, otherwise I'm gonna go through. The first one is from MP from New Westminster, seeking endorsement for anti-hate crimes. Comments? The next is Lynn Davis.
That was tabled for the last meeting.
Oh,
That's
yes.
right, yes.
Oh, yes. So you wanted more time?
Well, I read over it, but I'm still not sure.
Right,
She wants to know if your signature was on the letter.
No, it's not.
Like, we've already supported her and
Mhm.
there's really nothing else. We've sent their letters. I don't
When she
think-
sends me something, I forward it to all of you.
Mhm.
I did not sign the letter, so we can call it, write her back and say that I, as the mayor, did not sign it. And that I continue to send all correspondence that she sends to me, I send it to each member of council. Would that be okay? I'd leave it at that?
Yes.
Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
All right. A letter from Johnson, okay? The letter from Johnson?
Oh, yeah, the one that you forwarded over, yeah. Some of it was property standards issues.
I'm not exactly sure where she's talking about the
She's on 21 King
Killoo
Street.
hippie side
Yeah, I don't know.
art displays. I'm not sure where they are.
The only thing that, I read the same thing and I was going, I don't know if she's commenting on when you're going down into the Lions Club, it's pretty, it's all pretty there, I don't know, would that be it?
Also, that's the Lions Club, they can paint whatever they want.
Absolutely, but she needs to show that, she thinks we're in charge of all of that.
And then there's stuff down at Rikey's, they don't have the one building there,
Yeah,
where the kids did the animals and
yeah,
stuff.
but that's private property.
That is private property.
Yeah, we can't touch them.
And the only thing we've already been trying to address her problem with the garbage in the house on Queens King Street.
Okay, so let's write it back
Not sure what else we can tell her.
and thank her for her email and say that, council reviewed her comments and, we are in the process of, doing the 21 King Street. Leave it at that. And she says it has to be addressed and, like, we're working on it, things can't go just like that, you know, but we'll just tell her nicely that, we're looking at that. Property standards are based on, health issues, health and safety. We don't know what she means about the Killoo's hippie side, and we're not prepared to deal with that based on not knowing what it is she's talking about, and thank you very much. Okay, is everybody okay with that?
Yes.
All right. Ish,
She's looking for Traymore Road and White Church.
oh, I should have talked to,
Yeah.
so I sent this to Chris, seeing if there's any way we can, but I don't know. We're not planning on doing any of those roads, so I don't see
Well,
us.
I do know, Dean has patched, or Dean's might have patched White Church Road, because I got a comment saying, like,
Yeah, the white
That
church
went-
patched up.
that they've patched it, so, not from this. but
No,
from
because he did it because we needed it.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's talking about Traymore Road from the bridge to the Red Rock Road corner. We have nothing designated for that. White Church Road, okay, so we've already done that.
Well, we've patched it, it's rough, it's always going to be rough.
We have no plans of doing that. Neither road is scheduled under the 5-year program, so tell him that we're sorry, it hasn't been, it's not in our 5-year program, but, council could consider it, next year when we're looking at our road projects. Is that okay, everyone?
Yeah.
And then make sure Dean has that so that we do look at that, okay? It doesn't fall between the cracks. Newsletter, any comments? Ministry of Municipal Affairs, so we got that grant and that's for communication, okay?
You wanted a letter of your.
Yes, I do. I didn't read it. And then we have, we dealt with the Bradley Law one. And what about the vehicles animals in a vehicle? What would you want to do with that? All right. New business, any new business?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
I got a phone or a message from somebody wondering if we're planning on selling the old fire hall. I said we have discussed stuff, but we haven't come up with anything yet. So just sort of want to put it in our ears.
Yeah, we should,
There's interest.
we have to talk about that. I guess, Carl, do you know if Dean is interested, if we could do something with that building, if he would use it, if we could fix a portion of that, not costing us hundreds of thousands of dollars?
I think the garage portion we could use like.
Yeah, I thought that's fixed, right?
Garage portions and stuff like that.
Hey,
The garage portion is what stopped. The back corner and then the garage portion, like all the borders come out of the bricks.
Yeah, I haven't been there, I don't know what,
I think we should look at it before we jump in and sell it, something that we can store some equipment in which it sits outside year round.
the other thing is maybe we could tear it down and leave it just open yard so that Dean could park his stuff there, just selling public property is a big process. It doesn't mean it can't be done, but council should always be cautious when they're selling property because the public owns it, not us. And I would definitely want to hear Dean say, there's absolutely nothing I could use it for, you know? But just tell them that council hasn't made a decision because we haven't.
Yeah, well, that's basically what I told her, I just.
Yeah, okay. So we should talk about that at some point. Any other new business? The only thing that I have is, I get a couple of calls from taxpayers and it is a health care issue. But at the Killaloe Rainbow Valley Clinic here in Killaloe, as you know, the municipality was part, we were on the board and we helped establish that organization. And we did fundraisers and supported them in all different kinds of ways so that the Killaloe Rainbow Clinic could go ahead. And the basis of it was because we wanted the people in Killaloe and surrounding areas to have access to services that wouldn't require them to go too far. Things like, and I was on that board, so I know.
I was too.
Things like getting blood work done, they don't have to, some people can't get to Barry's Bay to get blood work done, so they would go in there and get that done. Anyways, I've gotten 3 calls in the last 2 months saying, Janice, what's going on? We called the clinic and they no longer are gonna provide that service. So now we have no way of getting to Barry's Bay and we counted on that service and now we can't use it. I guess I would like to know, since we were part of that process, we helped them establish that. This municipality was strong in that support to get that clinic in Killaloe. That's the only reason I'm asking. I think we should write them a letter and say we're getting complaints and that we would like, we'd like to know what's going on. That clinic was put there in supporting our public. If our public can't use it, it's a walk-in clinic. If our public can't use it, then
Yeah, I want, like, what happens to their board, like, I know.
I have no idea I have no idea. Like, it's not a place that tells anybody anything, you know?
Doesn't the hospital, the St. Francis Memorial Hospital,
Isn't it part of the land or something like that?
Well, it was, but
The hospital, because I know the hospital's building a gazebo out there.
what? Maybe they could take some blood tests.
Not sure if it was, but
I thought the hospital took over.
Okay, well then let's write a letter to Greg.
I have blood work or I got an X-ray.
That's right. And that was the purpose. We fought to get it in Killaloe. Okay, so let's write Greg McLeod a letter saying we're under the understanding that the Killaloe Rainbow Valley Clinic is under the hospital's guidance. And that we have a question, we want it to go before the board, and we want to say that the municipality was very instrumental in getting that clinic in the Killaloe area to support our public. Like things like blood work, so they wouldn't have to get rides to Barry's Bay, and now we're being told by the public that that has been withdrawn, and we want to know why. Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
All right, anything else before we go in committee? Okay, motion to go in.
Is it just identifiable individuals?
Individual, the private individual and,
And legal?
okay, and the private individual.
Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Litigation?
Yeah, it's probably gonna be litigation. Conflict of interest.
Okay, so I'm just going to stop that screen.